Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. It's showtime in the Minneapolis. Tonight on stage, a Russian revival of Carmen, a French interpretation of Romeo and Juliet, the Canadian version of Riverdance, playing to rave reviews. Also in the house tonight, Jesus Christ Superstar. And don't forget those fabulous Canadian understudies. Final call for the free dance at the Worlds.
You tonight, and for the first time in a long time, the defending Olympic and world champions aren't dancing. Evgeny Platov and Pasha Grishik not here in Minneapolis, ostensibly because of injury, but many people feel they are turning pro. So all eyes tonight on Canada's Shaylin Bourne and Victor Kratz, who will perform their river dance tonight near the banks of the Minnesota, Mississippi. They currently are in third place heading into the free dance. Ahead of them, the French team, Marina Anisina and Gwendal Pesarat. And in first place, the other Russian team, Angelika Krylova and Oleg Ovsyannikov. We'll also be featuring tonight the other Canadian team, Chantal LaFave and Michel Brune, trying to climb the ladder they are. We'll have them in our Bank of Montreal profile. The last time that Canada won 3 straight medals at the World Championships in dance was 10 years ago when Tracy Wilson was skating with Rob McCall. Shaylin Bourne and Victor Kratz have 2 bronzes in a row, and many people feel this year that color of medal could be different.
Oh, definitely. They could easily get a silver here tonight. All they have to do is skate for it and hope the judges are on their side, because we know the audience is with them at this competition. This is their strength. Remember in Nagano, they beat Anisina and Pesarat in the free dance, but they were down so far going into the free dance that they couldn't overtake them. That's not true tonight. If they finish second in the free dance, they will finish second overall, will win the silver medal. They have a great draw. They're skating last. They get to close the show.
Everyone, of course, at Nagano was talking about the judges, and it's in this sport where everyone's so polite and there's a lot of etiquette in figure skating. Even the fans are starting to create a backlash towards the judging panel. You were a crusader against what was happening in ice dance in particular. Have you noticed anything differently? Is the world starting to take notice? Is the judging getting any better?
You know, we're not going to fix the judging in 3 weeks. This is a much different competition because of the draw of the judges. I think it is more fair. The talk is everywhere. Everybody's talking about how to fix it. A key issue being addressed, and Octavio Cinquanta, he talked about it today. He's the leader of the ISU. He said he's really concerned about the fact that there is no movement within an ice dance competition. In fact, if you look back over the last 6 World Championships and you look at the top 3 skaters, there was no movement between the OD and the free dance. So in fact, whatever you finished in the OD, you finished. That could definitely, though, change tonight with Shaylin Bourne and Victor Kratz.
Well, let's see how things shake down in the free dance upcoming here in Minneapolis. Now let's go backstage.
Tonight, Tracy will share $75,000 in the world title. How much was on it?
We got a pat on the back, but these guys deserve every penny they get. Good for them.
Elizabeth Punselin and Jared Swallow, the United States champions. This could be their final competition as amateurs. Here's the order of skate. Punselin and Swallow. Belarusian team, Katie Winkler, Renee Loza from Germany. Then the Lithuanian team of Drobiatsko and Vanagas. Ukrainian team, Romanova, Yaroshenko, Chantal LaFave, and Michel Brune. We will show you them as they skated tonight. Angelika Krylova, Oleg Ovsyannikov, the leaders. Buzerpoli, Margalio, the Italians. Anisina Pesarat, Lobacheva, and Averbu. And Bourne and Kratz. Does the draw favor them?
Oh, I think it really helps them. It just sets up their program, and I think they're going to have so much fun with the audience tonight.
Here is a team that has had fun in a lengthy career. Husband and wife, Liz and Jared.
I think they were also victims of the politics in Nagano. They were 6th in the world last year, finished 7th at the Olympic Games. Her dress is stunning. That's a dress by Donna Karan, and that is covered with thousands of little beads. They are a much improved team over last year, and I like their skating. They're coached by Igor Spielban and Liz Coate. Liz Coates. She's British, he's Russian, and so you have a nice combination of styles in this team. You've got the artistry of the Russian coach, and you've got the technique of the British coach.
So many nations collide in dance. Every country seeming to help each other. Rob Falls is in this building somewhere. We sent him out to get us some popcorn. Where are you, Robbie?
Well, you know, I just found out that you don't have to hang around backstage. There's actual live competition on the ice surface. I have come up to the 400 level to find a couple of very interested spectators in the free dance. With me is Peggy Skipper, Shaylin Bourne's mom, and I believe this is Shaylin Bourne's chauffeur, Stephen Cousins. As you can see, they've had a lot of fun here in the booth. Peggy is wearing the no-block judging pin proudly here. Now, how nervous do you get ready for this?
Very.
What do you do during competition? Is there any sort of ritual you go through, or do you just sort of sit and be quiet?
I'm very quiet. Actually, I'm really not nervous until they step on the ice. And then, you know, I'm pretty excited throughout the performance. And then after that, I'm quite relaxed again.
Well, Mr. Chauffeur, you're a competitor. You know what it's like to be there. Do you talk much during a competition with Shay about what they're going through, or do you pretty much go your separate ways when you're in competition?
We talk all the time about all the experiences, good and bad. It's time for building each other up and making sure we get on the ice with just happy thoughts.
Okay, here's the question. Can they move up tonight?
I think anything's possible.
Oh, that was very diplomatic. I believe there is a job open in the Foreign Corps for you. Steve, what do you think?
I'm just hoping they go out and just enjoy what they deserve to do. You know, if the crowd's going to get right behind them, and that's the most important thing, not the 9 people out there.
Well, there it is. Now, if I can get a guide, I can maybe find my way back. Well, maybe not. This looks like a very comfortable seat. Is anybody using that one? Back to Rod, and thank you very much. Enjoy. That's a good one. I'll have the Pulley Foose 1957. Please bring that over.
That's Falls for you up in the booth. Stephen, sorry, go ahead.
Shaylin's mother has been so supportive throughout everything that happened in the Olympics, and so positive, and I think that's what's given Shaylin her strength.
And we begin the free dance with the Americans. And this could be the final dance of their amateur career. They've been through triumph and tragedy together, and they currently sit in 6th position.
tell their emotions are heartfelt.
As you would expect in their home country, the United States champions of dance. 6th a year ago at the Worlds. They sat in 6th place before this free dance. Excellent, and Jared Swallow there. Wonderful to watch. It would be sad if they're saying goodbye.
I love the balance they had in this program, Rod. There was a lot of difficulty. The expression right from the soles of their feet up to their heads. Watch their free legs here. They create the tango expression right through their free legs, the use of leg wraps and turns. A lot of balance, difficulty in the program, the edges, creative hold. And as you say, I would be very disappointed if they did retire, because I think they can still continue to improve.
Do they want to turn pro, or is it the politics of this sport that is maybe tiring them of it?
Well, I think some good marks here would help with their decision to stay in. Let's put it that way.
Technical merit marks. Presentation marks.
Those are good marks artistically, and I like their presentation because it was sincere.
Leaders right now, but many more to come.
Representing Belarus, please welcome now Tatiana Navka and Nikolai Morozov.
They finished 16th in Nagano at the Winter Olympics, were 14th last year in Lausanne. Tatiana Navka and Nikolai Morozov from Belarus.
Their coach and choreographer is world champion Alexander Zulin. I love the choreography of this program. Very innovative. difficult to skate very close together and within each other's arms than it is hand in hand. The innovative choreography of Alexander Zulin and a well-skated dance by Navka and Morozov.
Began the night in 10th place. Where will they end the night? We'll find out. Alexander Zulin, the last time that a world champion was not named Grishuk or Platov.
5-5.
Mark's good for presentation. It's a well-choreographed program. If they want to move up into the top 5, they have to address the problem of speed. And I think he needs to bring his performance level up to that of hers. Bright future.
Second behind Punselin and Swallow for the moment.
Representing Germany, about a warm welcome now for Kathi Winkler and Renee Loser.
A team that also could make some moves. In fact, they were 10th at the Olympics. They were 12th last year, and they begin the night in 9th position. Katie Winkler and Renee Loza, Germany.
This is their interpretation of Romeo and Juliet.
We'll hear this song again a little later.
Anacine and Pézra of France also use this music. started skating together in 1988 in what was then East Germany, and there was no such thing as ice dance in East Germany, so the only way they could learn it was by studying the rule book. And then they went to a pairs coach and trained with him for a number of years, and finally 2 years ago they found Martin Skotnicki, legendary coach of Isabelle and Paul Duchesne. They have improved dramatically in the last 2 years. Lifts are really interesting because of the variety of moves within the lift.
Katie Winkler and Renee Loos of Germany at the 98 Worlds. We'll be back. Hungarian, Russian, German, Ukrainian, Italy, France, the U.S., Belarus, and Great Britain.
See them sitting with their coach, Martin Skotnicki, and boy, every team he has comes to the competition in good shape. They mean business, and if these two keep improving, you'll see them in the top 5 next year.
They currently are second as Punsulin and Swallow still lead the way.
They're here representing Lithuania. Please welcome now Margarita Drobiazko and Potalas Valnegas.
Canadian skating fans know this team well. Margarita Drobiazko and Povilas Vanagas from Lithuania. They have competed at Skate Canada in the past. They were 8th at the Olympics.
Their movements here are choreographed to tell a story. His arms behind his back signify that he's a prisoner, and it is her love that sets him free. very quiet skaters. You can't hear their blades. That means they have very good technique. They started skating together 10 years ago in the former Soviet Union. He said he was given a choice. You can go into the army or you can skate full time. So he said, I had no choice. I became an ice dancer. This is a team that the more I watch them, the more I like them. Fine technical skaters, very interesting choreography. They have the respect of many of the other skaters and their coaches because of that. Small stumble there.
Some vocals. Latter stages of that music for Drobiazko and Vanagas. Their marks after this.
Drobiazko and Potalas Vanagas for technical merit. 5-4, 5-3, 5-3, 5-2.
Marina
5-2,
Anasina and Gwendel
5-4,
Pezera will be competing in the final flight still to come as we take a look at the marks for Drobiazko and Vanagas.
Everything for them is based on good skating technique, good choreography, a rather a low-key approach to their costuming. That might hurt them somewhat in getting noticed by the judges.
Began the night in 8th place. They currently are second behind Punselin and Swallow. And yes, those vocals at the end of their music, if they are part of a sound effect, are permitted.
And representing Ukraine, please welcome Irina Romanova and Igor Yaroshenko.
The 9th place finishers at the Olympic Games, currently in 7th place from Ukraine, Irina Romanova, Igor Yaroshenko.
This is a very experienced team. They finished as high as 4th in the world in 1994. Last year they were 8th in the world. And as Rod said, 9th at the Olympics. You can see here they're slowing down a little bit, and you can hear quite a bit of noise from their blades. It means that their technique is not quite on.
Like so many dancers, Tracy, they move to the United States, train under the guidance of some of the leading great Russian coaches.
So many of the dancers have left to come to North America to find the proper training facilities. It's interesting when you talk about the importance of a judge on the panel. They were 4th in the world, as I mentioned, and then they started going down in the rankings. And they said, hey, we've been unlucky. We haven't had a judge on the panel. So they got a judge on this panel, and they're moving back up to 7th. Judges will take note of the fact there that they were not moving for an extended period of time. Rod, they're moving very slowly, and I don't think this is of the caliber of the other couples that we've seen.
Speed is of the essence sometimes in dance, maybe not on this night.
5-5.
Final dance team in this first flight that we're going to show you. The final flight still to come.
Well, it was an entertaining performance. I didn't feel it was particularly well skated. Judges disagreed with me except for the German and the British judge. And they finished right behind Punslin and Swallow.
So far, Tracy, there has not been any movement.
Here are LaFave and Brune.
Yes, it can be a frustrating thing. You keep pushing, you keep dancing, but you're not moving up the ladder. And for LaFave and Brune, it has been a painstaking ride.
Here they're skating to a Latin program, and Michelle says this really brings out their personality, and that's their strength as a team. They're able to connect with the audience.
This is a team 19th at the Olympics, sitting 19th. So the fateful question, Tracy, is there a chance for some movement?
Well, I think this competition, they just have to go out and skate and obviously not worry about the placement. But I think from here, they need to spend a couple of months at home thinking of ways to separate themselves from the rest of the field. Watching videos, watching the top teams. They're skating very well. And see, they're not having to think through this dance. They're well prepared and just able to express it.
The last dance of a long season for Chantal LaFave and Michel Brune. Back to the drawing board over the summer and back on the road to climb up the world order. LaFave and Brune making their way up to listen to their marks.
They really skate for the audience, and I like the way their programs are devised from the feet down. They really concentrate on their footwork and try to use the music through their feet. I think in order to move up the ladder, they have to get some of the unison. They have to work on their hold so that they're not clutching each other and they have clean lines. They've got to give the European judges what they want.
4-7.
Thanks for everything, guys.
4-8. And
Love you all.
4-8.
Great year. Thank you.
That this has to take the focus away from the athletes, but perhaps this is the wake-up call that ice dance needed.
Well, something definitely had to be done. Everybody knew that the sport was becoming a joke as an Olympic event. There has been a lot of talk. My understanding is when Mr. Cinquanta says he is going to do something, it gets done. Everybody has his respect for that. And so I just think it's a positive thing. There is nothing wrong with this sport on the ice. What these skaters are putting out here, the depth of the competition is phenomenal. So the sport is very, very strong in that aspect. Now we can maybe shift the focus from the judges and onto the ice where it belongs.
Let's do that now. Shaylin Bourne and Victor Kratz getting ready. This is the biggest dance, obviously, of the year for them to forget what happened, the Olympic debacle.
Well, this is really a nice time for the skaters because at the Olympic Games there is so much pressure. And then you do the World Championships after the Olympic Games, and all of a sudden it really doesn't matter. You're skating for yourself and you're skating for the audience. And so what actually happens is the best of you comes out. You're skating free. You're not skating to kind of hold on. You can just skate and let it go. And we might see some of their best performances from all of these teams tonight. It's going to be a great variety of ice dance tonight. Shaylin and Victor, well, you've seen theirs. It's upbeat, it's energetic, very joyous. But we've got the Russians who are dramatic and the French who are passionate. So I think it's going to have something for everybody. It's going to be a great evening of entertainment.
And you couldn't ask for a more dramatic climax. Shaylin Bourne and Victor Kratz, as you see them on the ice warming up, they will skate last tonight in Minneapolis. The free dance final flight after this. Up has concluded at the Target Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Final flight to the podium for all of the dancers, the best dancers in the world. No Grishuk and Platov here. The word is that they are about to turn professional. They did cite an injury.
Representing Russia, here are
Shaylin Bourne and Victor Kratz to go last. An interesting draw to go first. The leaders, Angelika Krylova and Oleg Ovsyannikov, and they could become the biggest beneficiaries of the absence of Grishuk and Platov.
They have a commanding presence on the ice. You could see they were establishing their character the moment they stepped on. This is Carmen. building for their last minute. So far, they've been perfect.
Angelika Krylova, Oleg Ovsyannikov, second for so long in the world behind Grishuk and Platov. This could be the year that they take over the top spot. And Shaylin Bourne and Victor Kratz getting ready for their river dance. Still ahead. They could be world champions.
Well, they did everything they had to in that performance. Every time they step out to perform, they give everything of themselves. They hold nothing back. And that shows me that they're a very well-trained team. Nothing happens by accident, only by design. I love the first piece of this program. However, as the program progressed, I felt it became more of a theater piece than a skating piece.
Some critics feel it's a little too over the top, a little too dramatic.
Any complaints, I think, would be with the choreography. I think their theatrics fill this rink, maybe a little over the top on TV. Great artistic marks.
Wow, look at those. Those can only be beaten, the presentation marks, by 6.0s. First place across the board, as expected, Krylova and Ovsyannikov. 4 teams to come, including the second place team, Marina Anasina and Gwendal Pesera of France.
They're here representing Italy. Let's have a warm welcome for Barbara Fusarpoli and Maurizio Margalio.
Anasina and Pesera are next after the Italian dance champions, Barbara Fusarpoli and Maurizio Margalio.
They've taken a lighthearted approach to their free dance with music by Nina Rhoda. I like like this program for this team. It shows their sense of humor. My only concern is with the technical difficulty of the program. If you watch, most of the technical difficulty is executed by her, and he is in a supporting role.
They were fifth heading into the free dance, very animated when someone asked them, how come you like to show your stuff on the ice? They said, we're Italian. We love to have fun. Fifth after the original dance, and up ahead, last to skate, Shea Lindborn and Victor Kratz at the Target Center. This team was ninth last year, so they're on the verge of making a couple of moves up the standings.
Well, I really like the programs that they chose for themselves here. My only concern, if you watch what he's doing, he's basically supporting her, and I just feel they could bring more balance technically between the two of them. But charming expression, and I enjoyed it.
5-4, 5-6, and 5-2.
Fuserpole and Margalio, and Maurizio always after with the hand gestures. Technical merit marks 5-2 from the great British judge.
5-7.
Very close with Puntlin and Swallow, but they remain ahead of them.
5-7.
The Italians will hang on to fifth.
5-7.
3 teams left.
5-6.
Eyeing dance gold in Minneapolis. And on the ice, the French dance champions. Second right now.
Representing
Backstage,
France, would you please welcome
Brune and
now
Kratz,
Marina Anasina and Wendell Pizarat.
Krylova Ovsyannikov lead.
The highlight for me in this program is the way in which they use their lifts. They're spectacular, and they really bring across the passion and the expression of this program. perform that well, Rod. Much better than they did in Nagano.
The team that stole the bronze medal away from Brune and Kratz at the Winter Olympic Games. Their longtime rivals, Brune and Kratz, still to skate. Victor Kratz and the rest of Canada taking a final reading. May not be worth gold, but it's going to be a battle for silver.
This is a lovely program, and they have improved so much this year. Unfortunately, for me, at the beginning of the program, it takes 35 seconds before they actually skate, and I think for this to really be a competitive routine, there has to be a deduction there. 35 seconds in a 4-minute program, I feel, is too much posing. Their lifts were spectacular, original, creative, got across the expression of the music.
Amazing strength by Marina Anasina as well.
5-7.
Well, these are definitely not first place marks. There is some room here. You can see 5-4, the 5-6. They didn't have a lot of footwork. They got a lot of speed by using simple strokes called progressives.
Is there room for Shea and Victor?
There is some room for Shea and Victor, but they are going to have to skate for it.
5-9, 5-7.
Currently second across the board.
And
Krylova Ovsyannikov in the lead. Anasina Pezera second. And Brune and Kratz were watching backstage as the marks came up. One more dance team to come before
representing Russia,
Canada's champions.
Welcome now, Irina Lobacheva and Ilya Averbukh.
And Marina Anasina used to skate with Ilya Averbukh, but now he skates with Irina Lobacheva. They were 5th at the Olympic Games, the other Russian team here at the Worlds.
And they'll be skating to music from Jesus Christ Superstar. There. About the fact that skaters like to get speed from progressives, and I find there are a lot of those simple moves in this dance. Intricate footwork is more difficult and gets better marks from the judges. That's progressives right there.
Fourth after the original dance, Lobacheva and Averbukh of Russia. Many people felt that Canada got ripped off at the Olympic Games. Shaylin Bourne and Victor Kratz. Last dance. River dance is next. Podium. Can they? Will they?
Well, I don't think they will with this program. This is a terrific team. The only thing they're lacking right now is choreography. I don't think that program was difficult enough for them.
Puts them in third place. And we have watched the birth of the river dance since last fall, come through the winter, get stronger, get better, and now here we are in the spring for the free dance of the World Championships.
And representing Canada, Shaylin Bourne and Victor Kratz.
Bronze the last 2 years. Is there a different color waiting for them this time?
Are skating this better than they did in Nagano. Their timing is better and their unison is bang on. This was theirs tonight. Everybody in this audience knows it. They had the energy. They obviously have the crowd. And that will mean more to them than any medal.
Natalia Dubova celebrated her birthday this week. What a way to blow out the candles. Shaylin and Victor blew the roof off this place. Oh, this place is still humming. The crazy Canuck fans in the corner calling for sixes.
The impact that they have made with this program, they've brought the joy back into ice dance. It is so refreshing. Right from the minute the music started, they got going. And, you know, it just filled this arena. Everybody, I think, could feel the music through their performance. And that, to me, is what ice dance is all about. That's the most important thing for me.
So difficult to judge subjective styles, different pieces of music. Let's check out the marks now for technical merit. Oh, a 5-9 from the German judge. 5-4 from the British judge.
Well, technically, those are higher than Anasina and Pezerath.
And look at everyone watching the monitor to see the marks.
And their marks for presentation.
Presentation marks. Will they win bronze? Will they win silver? It will be a bronze medal. Again, for the third straight year, Shaylin Bourne and Victor Kratz. We should check the ordinals. 2 first-place ordinals from Hungary and Germany. No Grishik and Platov here this year, so the streak of 4 in a row by Pasha and Evgeny is over. Krylova, Ovsyannikov make it 7 in a row for Russia in ice dance at the World Figure Skating Championships. Anasina, Pezerath move up from the bronze at the Olympics to silver here in Minneapolis, and Bourne and Kratz move from 4th to 3rd, and they will wear a bronze medal around their necks for the 3rd year in a row. Lobacheva, Averbuk 4th, Puzerpoli, Margalio 5th, Punsulin and Swallow 6th. And once again, from the original dance to the free dance, there was no distortion in order. It stayed that way all the way through in the top 10. And Chantal LaFave and Michel Brune of Canada follow up a 19th at the World last year with another 19th place. Now let's go backstage and rejoin Rob Fault.
Well, you know, it's hard work to skate that program, so they deserve a rest, and I'm letting them have one. 97-98, all of Canada became Irish with you guys in Riverdance. I don't think you guys could have skated it any better, unless they held another championship next week.
No, this is the best we've ever skated. It's gotten better all the time, and this is a great way to end the season, skating in Minneapolis with such a fantastic crowd and doing so well.
Now, we have our little interview room backstage, but you guys did not come anywhere near the warm-up area. What were you guys doing backstage? Where were you?
Well, we need our own space to warm up, and we got to focus our own between the two of us and warm up separately. And I think that really helps us because we want to stay away from all the hustle and bustle and the nervousness of other skaters. We just want to come out and skate.
When did you find that this program took off for you? Was there a point in the season when all of a sudden you went, oh yeah, this is working?
Well, actually, I knew instantly when we chose the music and started working at it that was going to work for us. It was never a question in our minds. We knew right away it was beautiful music and that we could do it.
Was there ever a struggle? I mean, getting everything down, because it is so technically difficult. Did there ever one time you say, what are we doing?
Well, I think at the beginning of the season when we first did Skate Canada, it really became obvious that this program is really demanding both physically and technically. And at one point, you know, we're like, oh my God, we really have come up with a monster. And just keeping up the endurance throughout the whole year, because there were so many events that we went to, it's quite challenging.
Let's talk about the color of the medal. Again, it is a bronze medal. Happy?
I'm happy with our skate. That was the main thing. You know, I really don't even care if we have a medal or not a medal for this performance, because it was one of the best we've done, and I think it was a winning program.
You guys have been in the eye of a hurricane for most of the season. Were you able to sort of file that away and think about one thing only?
I think, yeah, right after the Olympics, we got all the frustration out of us. And really what became obvious to us is that we just have to skate our long program and all the other programs the same way as we skated the original dance at the Olympics. and really we were very successful in doing that here at these World Championships.
Well, here it is, the World Champions for you over. What are you doing next year now? What do we expect from Shaylin Bourne and Victor Krebs?
To be perfectly honest with you, I don't know. I'm just amazed it's already finished. Once we get home from Minneapolis, we really have to sit down and decide what the future holds for us.
Do you think you took ice dancing to a different level with this program?
Oh, most definitely. I mean, it's very demanding, and contrary to some beliefs that anybody could do it, I don't think so. I mean, again, stamina is very important, and I think having worked with a variety of people from the Irish dance background really helped us a lot doing this program.
Congratulations. Irish for 97, 98, Canadian through and through, the Canadian champions and world bronze medalists. Congratulations, you two. Now, hurrah.
We only have a few minutes left, and on your local news and the CTV National News tonight, you can see Shaylin Bourne and Victor Krebs get that bronze medal. What did you think of this night? What did you think of the performance of Bourne and Krebs?
I was so impressed by the way they've improved that skate in just 3 or 4 weeks. They must have been exhausted after the Olympics, and to do the kind of work they did. They skated great tonight. Everything was bang on, and they owned the rink, and they got 2 first-place marks because of it. Not enough, but it's a start.
I'm going to hold you for just a moment.